Let's get it started.
Yeah.
Now it counts. It's for real. It's opening night, week 1, the kickoff to the 2005 NFL season. Coming up after all the pregame pageantry, the Patriots hosting the Raiders in Foxborough. Jordan is the tailback. The fake to him. Collins rolling right, throwing, caught, touchdown, Courtney Anderson. 3rd down and 9. Indeed they do. 3 rush, 8 back, and still Brady finds Branch wide open for a touchdown. 8 guys back, and Branch got that free. Saw Crockett in the last series. Collins to throw. Collins going deep. Collins from Moss. He juggles it, then catches it. Harrison can't tackle him. And Randy Moss, who comes to Oakland after 7 illustrious seasons with Minnesota, scores on a 73-yard throw and catch. 5-yard line. Looking to Tim Dwight. Touchdown. Tim Dwight came into the game on 2nd down and goal. And a much-traveled receiver who gives you a lot of speed and is a great return man makes the catch. He is the 7th different Patriot to catch a ball tonight.
That is, he just hasn't been very effective.
From the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. This is Dillon to the end zone. Touchdown. 8-yard run. Dillon in behind Stephen Neal providing the escort. So Collins turns it over, and the Patriots cash in nearly immediately. 5 to the 2 is 1st down and goal. And Dillon will angle his way in for a touchdown. Set.
He could run a quarterback for us, what he could do.
It's caught in the back of the end zone. Courtney Anderson. He goes to the tight end, who is wide open along the back line for the touchdown.
An onside kick.
Yeah. Otherwise, all New England would need.
Play of the game, every game the Patriots play in.
And that will write an official finish to this.
3rd and 5. Barr. Open man again is Driver. Driver cuts the corner and high steps it home for the touchdown. Take the drones, open man, it's Hyden, touchdown, Cleveland.
Oh man, you're the quarterback, 1st and goal from the 1 they send to play in. You know what you think, Tim? Fullback was wide open for about an 8 or 10-yard gain.
2nd down and 10. On the slant, there goes Braylon Edwards. Edwards on a foot race, and no one's going to get near him. 80 yards for the Browns and the touchdown.
Well, that play reminded me of Trent Dilfer back when he played for the Baltimore Ravens. He threw some short passes that were just caught and gone.
It's a 3rd down. 3rd and 5 with 3:47 to play. Barr waiting, now firing. End zone, man's open. It's Ferguson, but there is a flag. Flag down. Ferguson brings it in.
Holding, 98, defense, penalties applied. It's good, touchdown.
Green Bay coming out of this 2-minute warning now. Again, the Packers with 1 timeout, that's it. Cleveland comes out throwing. Hyden gets away. Hyden inside the 40, that's a foot race. Hyden looks over both shoulders, and that will put it away. He broke away from Mark Roman, and the Browns go 62 yards.
I guess, we'll go back to the beginning. Mike Sherman says this Cleveland offense, they're hard to get a handle on. And in situations...
He went 80 yards and then 62 yards to Hayden. That's Fisher, and he darts, he's in. But only 4 seconds. Brett Favre congratulates Trent Dilfer. First time Dilfer's ever top Favre here at Lambeau. Quite a game here. 26-24, the Browns win it. For Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein, Jim Nance, Greg Gumbel and company coming up from New York in a moment. They ship Faurrier over to the right side, and they'll run it with Dillon. Dillon springs free, touchdown, New England. Looked like he might be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but he bounced away and found freedom in the end zone.
Barometer game to see if we know how to win consistently.
Well, here's Roethlisberger going for Ward, and he hits him in stride. Ward, with Samuel losing his footing, is going to take it all the way. 85 yards for a Pittsburgh touchdown.
Roethlisberger's pass complete to Hines Ward. 85 yards and a Steeler touchdown.
First and goal to go. Dillon dives, and Dillon is in for the touchdown. Corey Dillon's second score of the day. First and goal at the 4. Fake to Parker. Up top they go, and Hines Ward with the touchdown.
Steelers do not even bother to call their last timeout.
I thought if they're going to take the last one, they take another one to maybe have a chance to try to do something if he makes this. Vinatieri with the kick from 43 yards, and he does it again with 1 second.
Unbelievable.
How about the fourth quarter for Tom Brady? 12 for 12, 168 yards.
Yeah, give him a lot of credit. He threw it extremely well. The offensive line, everything, Jim, the play.
He's got a great quarterback out there in Brian Dawkins. That's picked off. That's exactly what the Eagles needed. Sheldon Brown will walk in for the touchdown. And Sheldon was waiting for that pass from Trent Green. The Eagles have life here with 4:41 left in the first half. At left guard, it's first and goal. McNabb over the middle, touchdown Owens. The Eagles get the turnover, and Owens comes down the field, sets up the first and goal, and then scores the touchdown, a 7-yard completion. And Owens has eaten up this Kansas City secondary. McNabb keeps it, nice fake. Hangs in and throws for the touchdown to Bartram. Mike Bartram is the long snapper for the Philadelphia Eagles, and now the Eagles indicate they're going to go for 2. His second career touchdown. And now out of the backfield, Westbrook. And all of a sudden it's a tie game at 24. Brian Westbrook, who's been a non-factor. Play action, McNabb gets out of trouble and flips for the touchdown to Smith. And McNabb showing great feet, good agility, bad groin at all to avoid trouble. This may be the best run organization in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles, from the front office to the head coach. Time runs out on this one in Kansas City, and an exhale on the part of Andy Reid. We'll take a break and come back with more from Arrowhead after this.
It's 32 teams in the NFL. It's 64 corners, 64 safeties, and 32 nickelbacks. And not a one. Look at my face, not a one. All right, I don't need to say no more.
Alternating a lot of personnel, 2 tight ends, and Greg Jones is in as the running back. Leftwich, a little floater out in the flat, catch by Reister. The tight end hurdles a man and goes in for the touchdown. George Reister with his first touchdown catch of the year and only his third grab overall.
You know what this is, Joe? This is looking at Jimmy Smith and worried about Jimmy Smith getting behind.
No, Paul's right.
You guys are old school.
Paul, you bet. Palmer under pressure for the end zone. Johnson, what a catch.
What a throw.
Got the feet down. That'll be a touchdown. At least he's not doing the river dance.
He's just pumping up the ball. That's all. That one does not go into the creative top 10. But you know what? It's still a touchdown.
And he's been that way his entire career. Leftwich rifles this one to Wilford. Wilford using that strength gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's what happens when you have size at the wide receiver position. Wilford's almost 220 pounds. He's 6'4".
Basketball play, you just go set a screen for somebody. Palmer with good protection. Henry, touchdown.
Well, he zeroed in on Chris Henry right from the snap. That's exactly where he was going to go. They wanted the Jaguars in double coverage. They got it, and they're fighting for home field. They know how important it is to try and gain home field in the playoff.
This was the best start the Bengals had had since 1988.
Now 3rd and goal. Cooley in motion. Again, a bootleg to the left. Brunell directing traffic. He throws and has the touchdown. Santana Moss.
What? I don't know how he got that one in there. I'm on the play. Santana Moss. There's Chris Cooley in motion. He goes in and he whips back out. What a great move. Here he comes right along the goal line. What a great move by Santana Moss.
2nd and 2 from the 6. Priest holds. Into the end zone for the touchdown.
But I don't think you really go to that card until you're about the midway point of the 4th quarter.
2-point conversion attempt. Jump ball situation. It is caught by Mark Boerichter for the 2-point conversion. And Lionel Dalton, a former Washington Redskin. 2nd down and 19. Santana Moss. 1st down and more. Down the sideline. Santana Moss takes it all the way. 78 yards for the Redskins. Touchdown.
Well, I've just had my 2 least favorite plays in the NFL show great results. The jump ball fade in the goal.
2nd and 3 from the Chiefs 25. Cartwright lets it back inside. Lost the football. And the Chiefs have it. Sammy Knight inside the 30, the 20. He will take it 80 yards into the end zone. The 3rd Redskins turnover, and Knight turns it into his 5th career touchdown.
This has been a problem for the Redskins all season. They're -5 in the turnover ratio, and you just get done talking about how Rock Cartwright is such a solid backup because he's not going to have a play like this that can get you beat. It's an important drive for the Redskins right here. You know, a field goal is not going to be good enough. They need to get 7.
2nd and 6, play fake. Brunell to the end zone. Chris Cooley, touchdown.
And it's the bootleg again. It's the play that they really had a problem with.
It's amazing how quiet it gets in here when the Chiefs are on offense. Off the fake, end around. The screen to Priest Holmes. Into Redskins territory. Holmes still on his feet. Inside the 30, the 20. Tiptoeing down the sideline.
What an effort.
He's in. Touchdown.
What an effort.
60 yards. Wow.
This is a superior individual effort.
and some help down the field from his buddies, but
to Priest Holmes, and the Chiefs win it by the score of 28-21. Dick Vermeil's Chiefs now 3-2. Redskins 3-2 as well.
The red zone is usually about 4. They gave 3 away last week. Manning to the end zone, looking for Foles, and he takes it down for the touchdown. Using all that size to his advantage, there is a flag.
What did Tom Coughlin say?
Illegal contact, number 25 of the defense. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Touchdown to Burris. Nick Ferguson with the illegal contact. There's Mike Anderson. He crosses the plane. Touchdown. Touchdown Denver. Of the second half. First and goal. Carswell's eligible. There's the pass. And it's right back over to Kyle Johnson. That was his series. Touchdown Denver. First and goal to go. Tiki Barber. Up the middle and touchdown New York Giants.
What a drive by the Giants.
Manning looking. Here comes the pressure. Pass away. Catch is made. It's Trumer again against the Broncos like he did back in '98.
False start today by Chicago. 3rd and 12. In the middle for Moose. What a catch! Touchdown Chicago. Offensive touchdown in 2 straight weeks and haven't allowed a rushing touchdown this season. Jones looking to break that record. And he does. Pressure again on Garcia. Throw back across the body. This could be it. It will be it. Game. Bears. Charles Tillman seals the deal.
10 years in the league, 10 times 1,000 yards rushing for Curtis Martin, the veteran Jets running back. He needs a big game today against the Chargers for the Jets to pull off the win. And this game will be brought to you in high definition. 20 out of 28 trips. Touchdown, and here's Tomlinson. He finds the end zone, and the 2-game drought ends on the first Charger possession. And that was a very impressive first series for San Diego.
Well, a great cut doesn't mean anything unless you have someplace that's indefensible if Abraham doesn't get out into the flat.
San Diego picking at the bones of this Jets defense, and that's the strength of the New York team. Here's, what a move by LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh my, touchdown. Oh my, what a play.
Well, first of all, look at the pass. He takes it right in stride, and then the move on Ty Law. Wow.
Curtis Martin, the tailback. And he gets the call up the middle, and that is his 100th career touchdown. The 10th running back in history to hit the century mark.
And of those previous 99, Dick, I'm not sure how many more of them meant something to their team than this one. Desperately needed was that touchdown run by Curtis Martin.
2nd and goal. Tomlinson, he's got the trifecta. 3rd touchdown for LaDainian Tomlinson through a huge hole.
And right behind Neal.
And Neal, who loves that ISO block, Dan, and just get that linebacker lined up. And Tomlinson, 4 touchdowns. This one the easiest of the lot.
What a beautiful piece of play calling and blocking on the left side.
You build your team around your quarterbacks, and when 1 and 2 are knocked out in the same game in the same 5-minute period, that does provoke disaster. Throw, touchdown, there it is. Gerald Soule finally ends the drought. And Bollinger has his first big league touchdown pass.
To give up in that kind of a 3rd and long.
Plenty of time left, 6:20. Bellinger stumbles, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, does it count? Was he inbounds? Yes. Lavernius Coles.
Well, that is some comeback by Coles. And you can see Edwards saying we're going to go for 2 on this touchdown to try to get within a field goal. Is actually on the line. But then from this angle, you can see from that angle it looks in.
We hope you've enjoyed this first half of our doubleheader from the Meadowlands, where the final score will be 31-26 San Diego.
And major kudos to the New York Jets. 2-5 coming into this game. Every reason to roll over and play dead. They played hard.
Stay tuned. Our second half of the doubleheader, the Steelers at the Packers. We'll send you to New York, and Greg Gumbel, Capital One update right after this.
Has a strong chance to be different. First and goal to go to the end zone, and there's a grab. Chris Chambers, touchdown, Miami. Second down, 11. Blitz to the end zone to Watson, touchdown, New England. Quick snap. Able to field it, throw it, touchdown Miami! Chris Chambers.
The football was snapped early, nobody moved, and the Patriots did not react.
Well, they're still going up, going for it all. In the end zone, was the foot down? Yes, they rule it on the field. Touchdown, Watson. To make it a 7-point game. Evans, big hole, he has it.
Well, when in doubt, you go back to what you are, the Patriots.
At home, understand that thing's talking to the tight end as it's coming to him with that hum.
16th play of the drive, and it will result in a touchdown. Very easy. Deion Branch with his 4th touchdown of the year.
Down to the ground.
Second and goal pass, and that's a touchdown. Mike Vrabel, he's done this before from the tight end position. Throw inside the stalwart, touchdown Saints, but a flag is down in the Saints backfield. That could be a late hit on Brooks.
Michael Stone bringing the pressure on Brooks. Oh yeah, helmet to helmet.
Roughing the passer, number 24 on the defense. 15 yards on the kickoff.
Watch Stone come helmet to helmet. Pow, right there. As Aaron got rid of the football, he was trying to hold up. You still can't butt him with your head, helmet to helmet. Aaron's still able to hang in there with a bailout throw and find Stallworth on the slant route.
White working hard there on the perimeter. Play action, Evans going deep. He's got Davis. Touchdown, Patriots.
Over from Pittsburgh to play a big role.
Hard to plug guys in that quick. That's what I mean. Touchdown Saints. Dante Stallworth. Going for Horn. Intercepted. Eugene Wilson, the free safety, ices the game.
Thanksgiving to all of you. Dig in Big D because it's Denver and Dallas coming up on CBS. Yes, family, football, feasting, all go together to make this truly the great American. First down Dallas from the 40. In working the short passes, there's Bailey. Bailey with no one near him. Touchdown, Denver. Second down and 9. Bledsoe hops it, and wide open. Touchdown, Dallas. Keyshawn Johnson. Possession. Denver 1, Dallas 2. 3rd and 6. To the end zone to Rock Smith. Touchdown, Denver. Sneak it over the top and in is Bledsoe. Almost play to play. It's Baines time. gets the call. Look at this run. Dane with the touchdown for Denver. Pass play all the way to the end zone, touchdown. It's Jason Witten.
That was clever. Tails, heads.
We did.
So.
Tails. Who's going to make the call? Tails. It's tails.
John Lynch makes the right call. Look at the glance over to Al Wilson and his team. 24 yards for the win. Hit by Elam. It is good. Denver wins it.
Temperatures right at freezing. Roethlisberger will wear 2 gloves, not because it's cold, but to help his grip with that bad thumb. And Carson Palmer, can he lead Cincinnati to a victory? It'll be the first Bengal winning season in 50. Bettis. He's got another.
Bill Cowher called out his offensive line after that loss to Indianapolis Monday night.
Carson Palmer with a very quick move, and he's going on top for Hushmanzada. He's got it for a touchdown. Oh my! Ricardo Coakley on the coverage, and Hushmanzada, who compliments Chad Johnson. They were teammates at Oregon State. And now they bring Hines Ward in motion to the other side, and then the throw over the middle to Quincy Morgan, and Morgan's in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
Out of the shotgun. Excellent protection, but look at the pass. This is a guy that's supposed to have a bad thumb. Now Quincy Morgan.
4 shots for the Bengals from just outside the 1 to tie it. And Palmer will throw for it, and it's a touchdown to Kelly. Reggie Kelly's first touchdown of the season. No wonder he's happy. Only his 9th reception. Using that no huddle, changes the play. Here they come. Into the end zone, touchdown! He goes to Hushmanzada, who just came back in after the injury in the end zone when Palmer missed him wide open, and Hushmanzada has a couple of scores in this. Averaging 4.6 today, 46 yards in 10 carries, and now Roethlisberger to the end zone. Touchdown! Hines Ward sliding and scooping the score.
Did Ben Roethlisberger get that ball in there? Ward came in motion across the formation again, working on Torrey James. Look at that throw.
Inside the 1. Rudy Johnson. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. Johnson has the first rushing score of the day for Cincinnati. He's over the 1,000-yard mark on the season, and that's his 8th touchdown rush. Yards away from the century mark. Rare to do against Pittsburgh. Here he goes. On the outside at the 10, the 5. He is in the end zone. Another touchdown for Rudy Johnson and the Bengals.
They ran right at the Steeler blitz. Chris Hope comes on the blitz right at the play. And again, they have all their timeouts remaining, but they're wise to save them.
First and goal. Roethlisberger to the end zone. Touchdown! Hines Ward has his second of the day.
And another razor-sharp pass by Ben Roethlisberger.
With an outstanding game, 38-31, all offense in Pittsburgh today. Coming up next, it'll be the Broncos and the Chiefs, or the Jets and Patriots. Check your local listings. You've been watching the NFL on CBS. The Bears have it going their way, and the Steelers need to get it going today. As we welcome you to snowy Pittsburgh, Heinz Field is seen today for what should be a grueling defensive battle between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On the 14, so an early key stop, Jerome Bettis checking in for the Steelers. Expected to see a lot of action, and here is the pass to Hines Ward, and Ward gets to the 5, still on his feet, scores, touchdown Pittsburgh.
Jerome Bettis. You saw the one earlier in the game.
On the 1-yard line. And the handoff to Thomas Jones. And Jones scores for the Bears. So all of a sudden, the fourth quarter light went on, and Kyle Orton hit 2 big pass plays, and then Thomas Jones goes over from 1, and it's now all of a sudden 21-9. Power Steelers come back against the Bears and end the Chicago 8-game winning streak in the process. And that's the story here in Pittsburgh on a snowy day, victorious day for Pittsburgh. Steelers win it 21-9. We'll be back here at Heinz Field after these messages.
And welcome to Giant Stadium on a chilly but not unbearably so night here for the Chiefs and the Giants.
I can't. I'm just not as tough as I used to be.
Second down at 10. And defense needs to play tough. Tiki breaks away from him. And Barber still going. They never got him. What a run. Touchdown. Tiki Barber. Yards. He broke 3 or 4 tackles. He got away from Warfield, got away from Wesley, got away from Knight.
A great run, yes, he breaks tackles. Or do you see some bad tackling and players who are not hustling to get back into the play? Just deceptive in the way he runs.
So from the 14, it's Johnson. Johnson, touchdown.
My gosh. That is incredible. Velcro. That's what it looks like. The Chiefs hit the Giants.
Spelling him on this snap.
Well, when he was drafted, smaller running backs were not in vogue. Now, if you're big, you're different.
The Toomer. And Toomer. Again, the Chiefs let him get away, and it's a touchdown. New York. Players this time had a shot at him. Mitchell, Knight, and Bell.
Hoping to pick up a couple yards.
What was it, knee down?
Kendrell Bell.
That's...
The leg is down. That is a...
Well, I'm not sure did it ever touch.
If any part of that leg hits the ground...
Kansas City is challenging the goalie on the field for a touchdown. Challenging is done by contact. After reviewing the play stands is called. Kansas City is charged with no timeout.
You have to think it's Larry Johnson's number. They couldn't get it across in the first half, but this time diving in for the touchdown. Larry Johnson. "50 carries between them. More to come." Celebrating a big basketball win today. 18th.
All sports day today, huh?
Big day. There's Barber. Barber gets away at the 10, at the 5, and driving in for the touchdown. New York Giants. This time, Junior C.A.V. had a hold of him, and all 3 Giant touchdowns today have come off broken tackles. It's not only a career high, it's an NFL high. The highest. Happy holidays as the Giants rejoice. What a performance by Tiki Barber. The best by any running back in the league this year, rushing. Kansas City now must beat San Diego next week. Still so many scenarios. They have tiebreaker edges with the Steelers. They're not dead yet.
Head coach Jim Mora, Michael Vick, and the Atlanta Falcons hope to keep their playoff hopes alive today here in Tampa, Florida. On a 66-degree afternoon, it's an NFC South matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Pass interference on Kelly. First and goal from the 5 off the play fake. Pass is caught and diving ahead for the touchdown is the fullback, Justin Griffith. One penalty, 47 yards, the other 30. Sims complete. Jameel Cook spins into the end zone. Touchdown. Passes to fullbacks.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's so conscious about the wide receivers. And so the fullbacks who don't get a chance to touch the ball a lot.
Second down and 8. Play action. Sims rolling left. And now he throws. It is caught by Alstott, and he dives in for the touchdown. The third touchdown by a fullback in today's game. 2 tight ends. Second and goal from the 8. Vick looking end zone. He throws to Jenkins. Touchdown.
That high throw there. Jenkins going way up top for that one. And again, but that one to the left again.
So a first and goal from the Tampa Bay 3. Duckett. Touchdown Falcons. T.J. Duckett into the end zone, giving Atlanta the lead with 4:18 remaining.
I'd give this ball to Cadillac. Let Alstott be my lead blocker, get the first down and call timeout.
4th and inches, it's Cadillac.
Or
running left, and he is in for the touchdown.
Wow. What a call. What an execution. By Sims, by Cadillac, by Gruden.
Heads is the call. Tails, you've won the toss. You want to kick in that direction? Tampa Bay has won the toss and will.
From the left hash, Bidwell the holder from 41 yards. The kick by Bryant is good with 15 seconds remaining in overtime. Final again in overtime. The Bucs 27, the Falcons 24. The Bucs very much alive in the race.
And at running back, the 5th all-time leading rusher in NFL history from Notre Dame, rides the bus, number 36, Jerome Bettis.
Nick Harris punts it away. Randall L. is deep. He'll take it at the 19. And there's a lane. Randall L. one man to beat. And he beat him. No flags down. 81 yards.
Ronnie, what a terrific job by everybody blocking him up in front of Antoine Randall.
4th and goal. Bettis in the backfield. 2-man in motion. Bettis, he's got to get it in. He gets it in. Touchdown Steelers. No flags down. Diesel. Touchdown. It may be his last game here at Heinz Field. Ward has just gone over the 7,000-yard career receiving mark. Bettis, is he in? Yes! 3 touchdowns on the day for Jerome Bettis. The 3rd time in his career that he's rushed for 3 touchdowns in a single game. They say he's very good in the red zone. He splits out to the bottom of your screen. Empty backfield. Ball better come out quick. Or Roethlisberger better come out quick. Roethlisberger might take this in. He scores! Ben Roethlisberger didn't like the coverage, didn't like the plan, and he says, I'll take this one. We don't need the bus here.
Let me tell you what keeps it alive for Ben Roethlisberger, Ronnie. It's the fact that he never gave up. Tell me he doesn't have fun playing the game of football, and always has from day one.
But you get that as soon as he comes into the meeting room.
You do.
The guy loves to play. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the win, cement the playoff spot. And Jerome Bettis, 3 touchdowns in his final game, possibly, here at Heinz Field. And that is a final here. The Steelers have wrapped it up. For Ron Pitts, Tim Ryan, Jennifer Hammond, we say so long and a Happy New Year to all of you. Right now, let's go to James Brown in Los Angeles.
The Detroit River bordering downtown Detroit, Michigan on this 30-degree early evening. And the Lombardi Trophy will be awarded tonight at Ford Field as the Seattle Seahawks get ready to face the Pittsburgh Steelers for the championship of the National Football League.
Ladies and gentlemen, the National Football Conference champion, the Seattle Seahawks. The American Football Conference champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is going to be a tough rundown. I could see a play-action pass.
And instead it's Roethlisberger on a keeper diving, and does he get there? Yes, he does. The linesman came in, it looked like he was going to spot it, then he came closer, and Roethlisberger is able to score the touchdown on the 11th play of the drive.
Yeah, I think the way the Seattle defense hit that second down play, I think they had to come up with something like this, where you give them the tailback, you give them the fullback.
You can challenge this play. You take a look. Does the ball get to?
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's the call on the field. He is out. We're going to see Pruitt for the rest of the day, and you're going to see Parker bursting one over the right side. They call him Fast Willie Parker, and Fast Willie Parker has just gone 75 yards for a touchdown.
That was a change in momentum that the Steelers were talking about. Watch Michael Boulware. When he comes up and misses, then he breaks through and he gets right on the safety, Pruitt, and Pruitt takes a bad angle. So you see Faneca pull, make the tackle right there in Leroy Hill. Boulware missed.
3rd down and 6 from the 16. Alexander in the eye, the play fake, in the pocket. Hasselbeck throws, touchdown, Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens, who had dropped 2, makes his first catch of the game, 16 yards for a touchdown. Little toss. Here comes a gadget play. Randall L. He can throw. He was a quarterback in college. And he's thrown a touchdown to Heinz Ward in the Super Bowl. yards, and sooner or later, they're going to run a gadget.
And you know it's coming in this alumni area that I said is between the 40s, and you know that Randall L. is going to be involved in it. It starts off in a reverse. He comes around, and it becomes a reverse pass.
Pittsburgh Steelers 7-5, and wouldn't have made the playoffs 2 months ago. Run the entire table with 8 wins, regular and post. All of them in postseason on the road. They finally, in 2005, the 2005 season. On February 5th, 2006, they finally get the one.
Right, and the Giants are testing him right off the bat. If you've noticed, that every time they've run the ball so far, they've run it right at Jason Taylor.
2nd and 7. Pump fake. Going deep, wide open. Plaxico Burress, who scored the winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Into the game, it's 1st and goal. The fake to Jacobs. Manning on a roll. Manning looking for the end zone. He's in there. Touchdown. And they have more timeouts than they'll ever need here. Campbell.
Wide open.
Throwing. Wide open is Moss. And Santana Moss has gotten Washington back into the ball game. You don't see the player not lecturing the coach, but telling.
Well, he's coaching the coach.
Yeah, he's coaching the coach what he's doing. Good game. 7 seconds to play. Campbell. Flag is thrown, and that is caught by Betts, and he'll get slimmed down at the 11. And if the penalty is on the Washington Redskins, that will be the end of the game. In the meantime, Matthias Kiwanuka is doubled over. Samuels held him and tackled him.
However, the time expired. Therefore, the foul is not enforced. The game is not extended. The game is over.
Yes, it's an offensive foul, so the game is over. But in the meantime, you've got Samuels.
And we welcome you to the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado. 76,000 to see AFC Western rivals San Diego and Denver. Broncos have won 8 straight home games coming in to this afternoon's play. Dick Enberg and Randy Cross. This game brought to you on. That's Corey Lichtensteiner, an offensive lineman at fullback, and the leap over for the touchdown for Pittman. The veteran from Fresno State puts Denver on the board. Mike Shanahan, since 1995, his Broncos have scored more points in the first quarter than any team in the NFL. They come out in a pass look on 3rd and goal at the 3. Cutler scrambles, throws, touchdown! Tony Scheffler, what a first half for the tight end. How did Cutler get that ball through to?
They are spread out. It's a nickel defense. Great.
Leading 14-3. Denver a first down inside the Charger 50. And he's going to go right away for the touchdown and gets it. It's Tony Scheffler again. Scheffler Sunday in Denver. Trying to get the attention of his wide receivers. Goes deep, and it's caught by Chambers, and Chris Chambers is in the end zone for a touchdown. What a throw by Phillip Rivers.
Right over the top, Dick, of Champ Bailey, and a perfectly executed pass, because Bailey was so busy trying to stay up with Chris Chambers, he never saw that thing dropping in over the top.
Got to go to the end zone here without a timeout. Pittman in the backfield with Cutler. Fakes, throws deep. Touchdown, Brandon Marshall. Wouldn't you know that? Or is he in bounds?
Did he have possession all the way through? That was the meeting of the officials, Dick. Antonio Cromartie.
Marshall plan back in effect. Was he in bounds? You bet he was. Museum of Art in Denver as we return to these athletic artists, and Rivers firing toward the end zone. Caught by Chambers. No.
It signals signal touchdown.
There's the signal. It took a late call as Chambers and Pema were hooked up, and man coverage was Pema on that corner.
That's thrown to the backside shoulder. Has he got it? Has he got position? He has got possession.
No points. 2nd and 6. Rivers swings it to Sproles, and Sproles with a quick move to the 50, to the 40, 30. He's got one man to beat at the 10, and Darren Sproles has a touchdown for San Diego. Oh, my. 2 big plays by
The young 4-year veteran from Kansas State, a 103-yard kickoff return. Some job today. So they go for 2. Loaded on the left side. Rivers underneath. Complete to Nani. Legadou Nani. The young man from Boise State. Overtime if he scores. San Diego win if he doesn't. Cutler to the end zone. There it is. Overtime. Eddie Royal, the brilliant rookie from Virginia Tech. Oh, look at, is Shanahan saying go for 2 here?
Looks like
they're going to go for the win. Oh, why? Shanahan isn't playing for the tie in overtime at home. 9 times out of 10, 99 out of 100, you play for the overtime at home. This is for the possible victory. The throw is there. The Broncos win. Eddie Royal. Oh, wait, 24 seconds. Excuse me, 24 to go. We don't have a game clock up here. It's hidden from us. 24 seconds left.
That is absolutely incredible, Dick. In the NFL, I've never seen that. I've seen Tom Osborne trying it in Nebraska. I have never seen a professional coach in this situation opt to try to win the game rather than go for the tie.
Look at the spread defense of Denver. They're protecting against the long throw. Now there goes the 6 seconds now. So this is all or nothing for Rivers. To Chambers. Incomplete. And the Broncos have won. Tell you what, that's a pretty good defensive play and a good throw by Rivers that gave San Diego a chance. It was in the end zone.
Dick, the 1960s AFL never did it this well. Beautiful throw. Nice defense.
It sure looks like the New Orleans Saints are ready, and so are the Denver Broncos for this matchup today for you right here on Fox. Interconference battle. The 1-1 New Orleans Saints taking on the 2-0 Denver Broncos. Lichtensteiner in motion. There is your play action, and there is a touchdown. Nate Jackson. Denver scores first.
Not just to Jay Cutler, but to the organization as well, being able to identify what the problem had been.
Second and short. Cutler's going for it all. End zone. Marshall incomplete.
Running down the field, he's such a tall guy. He's probably about 6'5". And it looked to me when it happened that he got both feet down, and it sure does here. There's one, and then that left foot lands inbounds as well. You know, you got to have control of the ball, and it does look like he had control of the ball when his right foot came down, and his left foot was definitely in as well, and that call will be challenged.
Yep. And we think reversed. Here comes the call. 35-yard completion for a touchdown.
After review, with the ball in his possession, the receiver got 2 feet inbounds with the touchdown. Denver was now charged with a timeout.
So 35 yards, a touchdown, second of the year, and for Brandon Marshall. Great start to his tenure with the New Orleans Saints as Reggie Bush is brought down, and the ball pops out. Picked up by Nate Webster. The middle linebacker picking his way to the end zone for a touchdown. Worst start for the Saints and what they have experienced here today.
It looked like it just came out. I didn't really see anybody get a hand on the ball.
They fake a reverse, hand to Pierre Thomas, who is to the goal line and in. Touchdown Saints. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Denver Broncos don't agree. A late call, and we'll take a look and see if he broke the plane.
Well, it's just right up the gut. We're going to get a good look at it from here as to whether or not the ball crosses before he goes to the ground. And I don't think the ball made it.
No, I agree with you.
Some of the weaknesses within this Denver defense.
3 straight third down completions for first downs for Drew Brees as Reggie Bush with a little hesitation down the sideline and in for the touchdown. Somehow stayed in bounds. He hesitated Troy in the hole and then broke loose. Now Cutler hands to Hall, and he is brought down for a safety. The first guy there was Charles Grant, and instead of keeping it with a quarterback and pushing forward just to avoid that very situation, Hall's brought down for a safety, and there's your momentum going back to New Orleans.
Yeah, it's easy after the fact to say, well, why wouldn't you just run the quarterbacks not on the field, however, right now?
Yeah, out right now on first and goal. Handoff is to Pittman. Touchdown, Denver. Breeze, Bush, touchdown. Reggie Bush into the end zone for the touchdown, and Troy, he got a good block out on the edge from someone.
Yeah, sure did. It was right tackle John Stinch. I think we're going to be looking at that call.
2nd and 4. Handoff to Pierre Thomas, trying to get to the edge on the left side. Is he in? There is no signal. Touchdown, New Orleans. A late call and a touchdown, and now here is the 2-point difference. 34-32 with 10 to play.
And get somebody into the end zone.
Simpson's coming up next on Fox. Here is Reggie Bush, and let the laterals begin. Nope, that's it. That didn't last long. Lance Moore ends up with the football. Peterson and Moss combined for that last stop. We will come back and wrap up a wild day here in Denver. On the other side of the break, Broncos are 3-0. They win it by 2. The helmets arriving at the familiar confluence of the Allegheny and the Monongahela, where they meet to form the Ohio.
From the backside, brought down by 2007's Mr. Monday Night, James Harrison. From the 20, Ben lost his shoe on the way out, and now lost 8 yards thanks to Terrell Suggs.
Group out there right now.
They got everybody near 300 pounds, and Flacco will throw for his first National Football League touchdown to Daniel Wilcox. 12-3, Baltimore. And 6 Ravens come. Then got rid of it. Caught. Santonio Holmes. Touchdown.
Take the thinking out. That's what they did. They went with the little no huddle, get the ball, get the line up on the ball.
Pressure back on Flacco in the Baltimore offense. Cat, ball out, it's live. It's recovered and untouched. Woodley scores.
Situation, got to get the ball in. He's waiting. Nothing open. Moves out the pocket. James Harrison comes around the backside, makes the play. Lamar Woodley picks it up, takes it to the house. Ron McClain.
McClain bouncing. What a power run to the end zone. Touchdown.
He just ran over Lawrence Timmons. Timmons comes up to make the play on McClain.
Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Does the captain call the toss? Tails. We call this tails? It is a tail?
You want to receive.
Which way would you like to kick?
You want to receive. One time, says Tom. Snap good. Hold good. Kick. Good. Steelers win by that much. JB, under normal circumstances, the roof here in Houston would be closed on this hot sunny day and Reliant Stadium would be air conditioned, but these are not normal time. On 3rd and goal, a dive to the end zone, touchdown.
Too easy, and the red zone woes of the Texans continue. 11 touchdowns given up on 12 trips.
They can get a first down without getting the touchdown. Down at about the half-yard line. Manning. Pump fakes, end zone, touchdown. Tom Santee with the good hands in the end zone, and Manning marches the Colts downfield and into the end zone. The Houston Texans, who are looking at 3rd and 8. Rosenfeld by himself, penalty marker flies, and Rosenfeld lost the football, picked up by the Colts. This is Gary Brackett. Brackett up the sideline with blockers to the 10, the 5, touchdown.
Again, there is a penalty marker down.
Holding offense number 69. This penalty will be declined. The result of the play, touchdown.
Unbelievable. Look at this effort but look at it. Look where the ball is. He never did get it into his body at the last minute.
Manning throwing far corner of the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Reggie Wayne.
That is unbelievable. What a catch by Reggie Wayne. Did he get both of his feet in? Just a little fade to the outside. Reeves, the defender. It looked like the right knee came down. Does the right knee come down inbounds? Let's see if that right knee touches down inbounds. He's got control of the ball. And a stunning development here for Houston.
50 seconds on the clock. Rosenfeld with time, throwing, and it's intercepted. Intercepted, and down to the turf with the football goes Melvin Bullock. Blowing a 27-10 lead and losing it 31-27. That's our final score. 31-27. Up next, NFL on CBS continues with double-header action. For Dan Deerdorf, Greg Gumbel, so long from Houston.
University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, and the Cardinals hope that this playoff atmosphere rubs off on them as they take on the Dallas Cowboys. J.J. Arrington and Jeremy Urban are back deep. And Arrington at the 9. Good return by Arrington. Still on his feet. Has blockers. Inside the 20, the 10. J.J. Arrington goes in for the touchdown.
Well, you take a look at this, and it looked like when they had him to the sideline right there that they might have been able to push him out. You got the kicker who was in a position to knock him out of bounds. He's able to get underneath him. J.J. Arrington, another way, Dick, that they could beat the Cowboys.
Romo has Creighton wide open down the middle. Patrick Creighton coming to the outside. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Creighton, he goes to the middle of the field. He puts a move on him there. They're in a zone coverage. Pretty good blocking there by T.O., at least in shielding him. And then the safety, the middle safety, just is unable to get.
Romo, pass, caught, touchdown, Miles Austin.
attracting a lot of attention, as you would expect right now.
Romo throwing the Barber out of the backfield. And down the sideline, a big play by Barber. Still on his feet. Trying to beat Roll into the end zone, and does.
I got to tell you, this was about as sloppy a defense as what you could see. All the missed tackles, missed angles. He's on the sideline there. There are a lot of guys that had angles on Marion Barber to be able to knock him out of bounds, and they just were unable to do it. The one thing Arizona couldn't have happen is a quick score.
Is back deep, and the kick is blocked. Flag is down, however, and it's a touchdown. Sean Morey blocked it and recovering in the end zone for a touchdown, but there was a flag down on the kick.
And an ineligible man downfield for the kicking team. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Well, what a jump they got off the edge, and they just come completely untouched. It's Sean Morey that makes the block.
Wow. And the Cardinals have defeated the Dallas Cowboys.
And the rivalry between the Vikings and the Bears is better than ever. The Bears, coming off a tough loss last week, have to show that they can bounce back because first place is on the line today at Soldier Field. It's the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings of the NFL on Fox.
Three tight ends, a fullback, and Adrian Peterson. Peterson to the goal line, and he's in. Touchdown. He kept fighting for that last inch. Corey Graham had him wrapped up, and Peterson kept fighting for the last inch and made it to the goal line. Horton under pressure, throws, and completes. Touchdown, Greg Olsen. How about that for a response by the Bears? 54 yards in a hurry. That is the 9th touchdown pass thrown by Kyle Orton in the last 5 games.
But I'll tell you what, he's got about 5 or 6 new guys on that punt return unit that are trying to block for him.
Cooley dropped the ball, and it's blocked. He kicks it again. It's picked up by the Bears and run in by Garrett Wolf. There's a flag on the field. Greg Stelz, the rookie defensive back, blocked.
The punt was blocked, and during the loose ball, it was illegally kicked by number 5 of the kicking team. That penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Off the fake, Farrat with time, throws, he's got a man, touchdown, Vicente Shenko, the tight end. And the Vikings come right back, so back and forth we go. A 70-yard drive for the Vikings.
With an offensive tackle.
Brad Maynard's first punt of the game. Charles Gordon goes over, lets it bounce. It hits Gordon, it's a free ball, and it is recovered by the Bears for a touchdown. Scoring his first touchdown. How about this?
You see exactly what Gordon tried to do right there. He tried to block the gunner on the punt team.
Peterson and Taylor in the backfield. Taylor over the top. Touchdown. So they changed it up, and the Vikings spot the ball at the 36. 2 tight ends in. Orton works out of the shotgun. Everybody out. Orton throws. Desmond Clark heading for the end zone. Dropped the football. It's recovered by Rasheed Davis for a touchdown.
Desmond Clark was hit at the goal line.
I can't play the whole game. I can't go 50 or 60 plays. And clearly he was right with his own health.
Peterson on first down. Good hole there. Cuts it back. Turns it into a big one. Can he get one more block? Adrian Peterson goes all the way. Touchdown Vikings, a 54-yard touchdown run for Adrian Peterson. He's done it again at Soldier Field. Blitz was picked up. Orton finds Marty Booker. Turned it inside. He may go all the way. He does. Touchdown. Forte. Touchdown. Just walks in easily. As they block down well, McKee with a big block, and Forte takes it in, and the Bears widen their lead.
These guys up front are starting to feel the no huddle right now.
Chester Taylor in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Farad throwing, and it is, was he out of bounds? Touchdown! They call touchdown Bernard Berrien. Emmett McGuire, Ty Yohe on the box. Mark Sosna, computer stats. The Chicago Bears win the battle of the black and blue division, 48-41 over the Vikings. We'll be right back.
So in the red zone again, Breeze. Again steps away, now flings it back to the end zone for the touchdown. That's Henderson. Touchdown, New Orleans. They could have challenged and probably had it if they would have won the challenge inside the one, but they go with McAllister, and he is across for the touchdown. Move Jackson, one of those big receivers, to the left side. Rivers steps up, goes underneath. It's Tomlinson makes the move for the touchdown. LT able to break free from Jonathan Vilma.
And then he does the smart thing. Nobody open down the field. He drops it off. But when you drop the football off to one of the best players, what did Drew Brees say? You never know whose number's going to be called.
Back to the #1 offense in the NFL. Going for the long ball, looking for more. Diving catch. What a catch it was. What an adjustment and a touchdown.
Unbelievable. Lance Moore, top of your screen. A double move and in the goal. There's a hold by Cromartie, and all down to the ground.
A lot of options they can use. They ran left tackle with McAllister last time from down here. Now Breeze is throwing for it, and he has it. Touchdown to Mark Campbell. The Chargers are subbing. Guys are running in and out as the Saints go up the middle with Carney. And waiting for a signal. They've got it. Touchdown. Touchdown, New Orleans. They fake to Tomlinson. They go to the end zone to Jackson, and he dives for it. Touchdown, Chargers!
For Kevin Casefahorn to cover in a situation like that, look how long he waits to put his hands out.
We'll pick up a chunk of it, all of it, none of it. 3rd down, 15. Rivers lofts it, tipped, and intercepted. It's Vilma with the interception for the Saints.
He went with the jump pass one more time. It might be Scott Shanley. Does he stay in front? Yes.
No, they're not.
He's going to try to get rid of 12 seconds.
It's going to take a safety.
Oh,
it's going to take a safety.
What a play. Knock it down. Don't try to intercept it.
3-man rush. Rivers gets his feet planted, throws it as far as he can to the end zone, and incomplete. And the New Orleans Saints come to London and head home with a victory.
the Patriot 28-yard line. Green Ellis. Jarvis Green Ellis tries to take it in and does. Touchdown. This time they put Harrison in motion. Send him to the inside. The pass goes to the outside to Gonzalez. And Gonzalez stays in bounds for the touchdown. The tight end. Wayne comes in motion to the inside. The fake to a dive. The pass to the end zone is caught by Wayne for the conversion. And do it in less than 9 seconds. And now this is Moss. And Moss will look to lateral when he can. Just gives up the football. And the Colts will cover it up. And that'll do it for this one from Indianapolis. Tony Dungy gets his team back to 500 at 4-4 at the halfway mark of the season. Bill Belichick's Patriots now 5-3 and heading home to face Buffalo next week.
Coming out, and it is right on target. Tell you, you look at Tyler Thigpen, you see Rich Gannon. Second down and 6. And the end zone, wide open, touchdown, KC. Bradley. 30 yards. 34 yards, and he got a sensational block. Rivers in the shotgun with Tomlinson. Here's Rivers stepping up over the middle. Touchdown, Floyd. Shotgun, Tomlinson right next to him. Here's Rivers over the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Shotgun. Drops back. And touchdown, Kansas City. Gonzalez has it. Tony Gonzalez, the future Hall of Famer, holds on. Smart play. Phillip Rivers takes a knee, and that's your ball game.
Oh, lots of smiles here in Tampa with good reason. It's a beautiful day, and the Buccaneers are 6-3, coming out of their bye week and putting dead aim on first place in the NFC South. The Minnesota Vikings are taking aim at first place in the NFC North. They're 5-4 and tied for first with the Chicago Bears. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings on the NFL on Fox. Side the 4. Peterson in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. Farrat quick outside. And touchdown, Bobby Wade, who was shaken up earlier in the game, takes the quick toss. Izuda is eligible on the right side as a third tight end. The fullback Askew, he's in, touchdown. Will all be 5-5. And for Tampa Bay, they go 5-0 at home. That's the first time ever a Bucs team has won their first 5 home games.
Jeff Fisher's crew. Cowboys have only 1 first down in this game. Romo trying to change that, and he hits T.O. in stride. Terrell Owens, touchdown.
Him much sooner than what Hill did.
And this one is blocked out of the back of the end zone for a safety. Carlos Polk. Play action. Romo fires for the touchdown to Bennett. He's smiling again. Start infraction this season. 3rd down and goal. And over the middle, Creighton. Touchdown. That one good for 30. as Hill flips it, and there is Bruce for the touchdown. Sean Hill kept it alive, and Isaac Bruce got behind the defense, hauled it in, and picks up his 5th touchdown as a 49er.
Enough up and down that I don't know what they're going to conclude.
Here's another good one. This one is complete for a touchdown to Foster. Deshaun Foster. And just like that, with 3:46 left in this game, San Francisco is now down by 13 points. And this will be it. Last snap of the day. Romo 341 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, no picks as it turns out. Terrell Owens, a 213-yard day, receiving the football with a touchdown. It is a gorgeous day in Dallas on this Thanksgiving at Texas Stadium. We get ready for kickoff. The Cowboys won the toss. They will receive, and that means Romo will go to work, and he's standing by with Pam Oliver.
Well, Tony Romo, what are some of the challenges as you face another desperate team with nothing to lose?
Well, we just got to come out and play good football. We're fighting for our playoff lives right now, so we stress the importance of that all week, and we're going to come out here and hopefully play good.
Last week, a terrific week for your #1 receiver. What can you take from that performance from Terrell Owens last week and apply it to this one?
He played good. I think we had a lot of guys do some good things last week, so we're excited about going forward from here, and hopefully we can continue to get better week by week. Hopefully we've got a good chance to get in the playoffs and do something.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Back to you, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving up there.
On first down, Romo buys a little time, throws, end zone, touchdown, Bennett, the rookie. Barber, that was easy. Touchdown. A team with the specialty positions as any in the league. Romo with all day. Touchdown, Witten. And Tony Romo can stand back there and just take his pick. And it's fun to watch. Unless today you're in a Seattle uniform. Touchdown, Owens. When we come back, we will hand out our Thanksgiving Day prize, the Galloping Gobbler, on the other side of the break.
Playing at home has been a charm in the tough NFC South this year, and the Atlanta Falcons trying to break that, and the New Orleans Saints glad they're back home at the Superdome in New Orleans. Another critical NFC South battle, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. And looking at the standings coming in, the Falcons are 1 game behind Tampa Bay and Carolina, who play tomorrow night, with New Orleans 6-6 in 4th place from the 5. And here is Brees' pass. First touchdown. He was not himself last week playing in the rain outdoors in Tampa Bay, but Reggie Bush coming back big, and remember, did not play in the previous meeting 4 weeks ago, and he puts the Saints in front. It's been huge. Tight end Justin Peele going in motion, and here is Turner going up the middle and walking in for the touchdown. 3rd down and goal. And there is the fade pass, and it is caught by Brian Finneran for the touchdown. Against Minnesota here in the fourth, a chance to come back and win the 4th quarter, and they couldn't get it done. 2nd goal, and goal from the center, the pass to Pierre Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Big play here. Ryan is going to run it. First down, touchdown. Matt Ryan couldn't find a receiver, and we haven't even talked about his ability to scamper if he needs to. And the Falcons regain the lead on the 5th lead change we've had today. Here it is, 2-point conversion. Norwood going in motion, and the big pitch to him, and the pass is caught by Michael Jenkins for the 2-point conversion. The Pitch to Pierre Thomas off the left side. Thomas. Touchdown! As he backs his way over the goal line. And the Saints regain the lead.
This is the best division in football, and it's going to go down to the very end.
You are looking down at the raucous home of the Baltimore Ravens. Pittsburgh comes to town, a crucial matchup in the AFC North. Pittsburgh can claim the division today with a win. A Baltimore victory pulls the... Down in 10 from the gun. And that is intercepted by Ryan Clark on the deflection. Tipped by Ike Taylor.
Tight coverage.
3rd down and 5. Empty it out for the quarterback, and Big Ben sees Ray Lewis coming, can't escape him. Ray Lewis barreling down on Ben Roethlisberger. They get out of there with Holmes, and the ball is out. Scooped up by who else? Ed Reed. For once, he doesn't run it back. That was Samari Rolle who knocked it out of his hands. Reed recovered.
Antonio Holmes' arm. Watch it. Oh, he gets the football and he pulls it out. Bruce Arians said, we're going to stay with it.
They're going to try to pass for it. Roethlisberger cannot get it away. He does get it away, and it's caught in the air by Brandon McKinney. Suggs had the pressure, and the Ravens defense gets the takeaway.
It just looks like there's 13 defenders out there today so far. They're just coming from everywhere.
I'll tell you, also came in there to help mix it up was Justin Bannon. 3rd and 8 for the Ravens from the Steelers' 27. Flacco from behind. He is hit by Timmons. The ball's out. That will knock him out of field goal range. Those of you who watched Carolina defeat Denver. Here are the Steelers on 1st down with Roethlisberger. More pressure, gets it away to Ward. 1st and 10 from the 38. Roethlisberger, open man, inside of the 20. That is Nate Washington and the Steelers. 3rd and goal from the 4. Roethlisberger, first option, shut down. Looking for a second, a 3rd option, now throws it. Man's there. Is he in the end zone? Is he in or outside? They're going to mark him outside, and I guarantee you people are going to want to look at this one.
Well, inside 2 minutes, it can be challenged from up top. If I was the Steelers, I would not call a timeout.
With the eye here, I think his body was in, but the ball was outside. Oh, that's close. Here's even an angle from the blimp.
2 feet are 2 feet.
After reviewing the play, the receiver had 2 feet down in the end zone with possession of the ball. We have a touchdown.
It's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Harbaugh's saying, now wait a minute. You know he's been getting word from upstairs from his assistants that we're going to be okay with this one. We're going to get the call, but they don't. They would, in fact, the Steelers be the #1 seed in the playoffs. They would win the division today. They would lock it up right now if they can keep Baltimore out of the end zone here in the last 19 seconds. Flacco, will he go for the big ball? Yes, he does. Down the field, and he's intercepted. William Gay has it, and the Steelers are going to lay claim to the AFC North Division title.
Well, that was a good time to take the chance. Joe Flacco did the right thing.
By running the table the next 2 weeks, Baltimore currently holds the 2nd wild card by a tiebreaker over Miami and New England. Find a way to win. That's what Roethlisberger said last night. And that was true today. A 92-yard winning drive to lock up their division.
3rd and 10 for Jacksonville. Garrard with time for Northcutt, makes the catch. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Garrard going to keep it. Garrard fighting, and he's got the touchdown. From the 41 of Jacksonville. Manning, he's got Reggie Wayne wide open, and he walks in for the touchdown. 41 yards. And for Wayne, his 6th touchdown catch of the season.
Well, as a wide receiver in this offense, you have the option of either blocking or catching touchdown passes. Reggie Wayne says, I'll do the latter on this one. And you'll see Reggie Nelson, the safety out of the University of Florida, just biting up on John Robinson. Now, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but
if I go 1st and goal for the Colts at the 10. There's Rhodes again with a block. Rhodes to the goal line. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Capping a 75-yard drive. Washington, the tailback. Reggie Williams in motion. Washington into the line. No signal, now touchdown. And the Jaguars answer the Colts scoring drive with one of their own. Reed, the fullback. Manning the throw. Manning back in the end zone. Dallas Clark with the touchdown. How does Dallas Clark get that wide open? Garrard intercepted. Kewan Ratliff inside the 15, and he'll walk in for the touchdown. First mistake of the night for Garrard, and he pays dearly. 2nd and goal for Garrard. Under pressure, gets sacked by Dwight Freeney. They're out of timeouts.
Not happening. This game's over. Never going to get back.
And that is it. Time has expired on the Jaguars. And Peyton Manning and the Colts survive and have clinched a playoff spot.
In San Diego tonight, the 2008 regular season will end with a flourish as the Chargers battle the Broncos for a trip to the playoffs on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Flexing his shoulder or arm, Cletus Gordon comes in to spell him. 3rd and inches. Here's Bell. Big hole inside the 20, inside the 10, into the end zone. From a cell phone kiosk to a touchdown in the biggest game of the season for the Broncos.
Right, the minute you say that they can't run, they're going to show you that they can.
2nd and goal.
This is their jumbo package.
Tomlinson again. And Tomlinson is in for a touchdown. And the Broncos berating the officials. They didn't think he got in. That's career rushing touchdown number 124, 2nd all-time behind Emmitt Smith for LaDainian Tomlinson.
Good lead.
Rivers rolls to his right, buys time, then throws. 2 Chargers are there, and Manu Malayuna makes the catch for the touchdown. Flag is down.
I think he's the MVP.
Yep. 2nd and goal from the 4. Tomlinson busting tackles. Touchdown.
LaDainian Tomlinson is fired up tonight.
Call it 2nd and 4 from the 37. Again, that toss. Bell turns it back upfield. 1st down. Bell inside the 20, inside the 10, and that's exactly how Denver had to come out and start the 2nd half with a touchdown.
Right, and it's exactly the way they started the 1st half. I mean, it was Tatum Bell, and it was running, and it was doing those things. You know, good mixture.
Plenty of gas tonight. 3rd down and 3. With 3 backs behind Rivers in the backfield that time. Here is Sproles to the end zone.
The best screen runner in football is Darren Sproles. He was helped along by Denver Bronco poor tackling.
Career interception. The ball is at the 14-yard line. They give it to Tomlinson. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, San Diego. Mike Shanahan telling us last time he was coming out this year, he might be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Cutler throws to the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Scheffler. From out of the pocket, Cutler throws a touchdown pass to San Diego. It'll either be 17 or 19. And Cutler will try to run it in. Does he get there? He does. 2-point conversion is successful to make it 38-21. Sproles is able to force his way in for a touchdown.
Sproles powers his way in. 5'6" Darren Sproles. You know you got a package there, and you know it's a special package. And if you're in one of those playoff games and you lose it, you'll remember it for the rest of your life because there's no game next week.
Meanwhile, here is Hester putting an exclamation point on a Charger win. And that's the way it's going to end, with San Diego throwing up 52 points to beat Denver 52-21. Cutler, when Rivers, well, that's about the extent of that relationship, but that figures to be a pretty good battle through the years.
This is our 28th week of working now together as a team, all focused on getting to the game tonight.
We just want to honor those that came before you with how you do your job. We want to uphold a standard that is the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. It's measured in Lombardies. We understand that.
The two coaches, and the first little interesting tidbit, John, is Arizona winning the toss with that potent offense and electing to defer. You better have Ted Williams' eyesight. 3rd and goal. Russell puts his head down. Does he get into the end zone? He does. Touchdown. Ran away from McFadden. Hightower is the back, and Warner, as he's been prone to do recently, starts to stumble, and then the pass is caught in the end zone by Ben Patrick, the tight end. Kurt Warner in every postseason game has been getting tangled up with his offensive lineman, but that time he's able to maintain his balance.
Find that open guy, read it quickly, and get it to him quickly.
He's got Bolden and Fitzgerald to the left. He's got Breston to the right. 18 seconds.
Well, they can pick down here.
From the gun. Steelers show blitz. Here they come. He gets it away, and it's picked off at the goal line. There's a flag thrown on the run back. James Harrison to run it back, and Harrison is past midfield. Harrison going down the sideline. Harrison still on his feet. Harrison is going to go all the way and waiting for the official to get there. Touchdown is signaled. A flag is down on the run back at the 9-yard line.
Prior to the pass, personal foul, grasping the face mask. Offense number 74. The foul occurred during the last time down. The touchdown counts.
Unbelievable. wasn't completely gassed. The call is on Reggie Wells. It's a 100-yard interception return.
Look at him. You know that you have to protect against James Harrison because he's such a great pass rusher. On that play, he faked like he was going to rush the passer, and he dropped back into the lane and then made this run. Unbelievable.
The rookie out of Richmond is the running back. And it's going to be a fade for Fitzgerald, who's going to go up and make the catch for the touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald and his father, like a true journalist, no cheering in the press box. And
they could take the safety here, too.
Out of the gun, Roethlisberger is going to throw over the middle, and the pass is going to be caught by Holmes at the 21-yard line. Santonio Holmes gets inside Rogers Cromartie, and a flag is down.
Holding offense number 62.
Yeah, that's a safety.
The foul occurred in the end zone.
Safety.
Safety.
Wow. You've got a 20-16 game, and you have a kick coming from the 20-yard line. Look at this.
Justin Hartwick in a takedown. Now they got those safeties deep again.
Second and 10. Warner has time. Fitzgerald into Steeler territory. 30, 20, 10. Arizona has the lead.
In the perfect place. That middle was wide open, and I said those safeties were 20 yards deep, and you're going to see that big hole there. And once Larry Fitzgerald gets into that hole, look, the safeties are deep, and they're off looking for the wide receivers, and Larry Fitzgerald catches that ball and runs right through it. Kurt Warner read the defense, knew where he had to go, and he went to the perfect guy in the perfect situation. Now look at this whole area here, and if you can just get a receiver into here, then he can run right through it. And that's exactly what they did. You see the big hole in the middle? The safeties work to the outside. He gets Fitzgerald in that hole.
Ward and Holmes are both lined up to the right side. Miller slot left. Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Unbelievable.
Incredible. The official comes in. Let's just make sure he's in on a play like this. Obviously, they will take a long look upstairs. Then to the corner of the end zone. Does he get both feet down? Left, definitely. Did the right tap as well with control. You have to have control, both feet down.
I say yes. I say both feet in, both feet down, and control of the ball.
Amazing. 3 Cardinals are there. You've got 3 guys. Is it down on the ground? Does he toe tap it as he has control of the ball? He has control all the way through, and that's the whole issue right there.
And I say he has both feet down and control of the ball.
We have 35 seconds if it stands. With the extra point, you've got a 4-point game, and then Warner and company with 2 timeouts would have to go the length of the field.
After review, the receiver controlled the football, came down on both toes, inbounds, touchdown is really on the field.
Santonio Holmes, who's had so many big plays in postseason, including that punt run back against the San Diego Chargers that turned that game around in the divisional round.
Again, that was a great call by the offensive coordinator, Bruce Arians, because he had the corner in the left side. Instead of saying, let's go back and do the same thing, he put Holmes over on the right side.
The ball is coming out, and indeed, they looked upstairs. They confirm it is a fumble, and the Pittsburgh Steelers become the first franchise in history to win 6 Super Bowls. a 13-point deficit. There's the Gatorade pass from Mike Tomlin after the change of possession, and in his second year, he not only becomes the youngest coach to coach in a Super Bowl, clearly the youngest to win a Super Bowl. John Gruden was 39 when he won for Tampa against Oakland back in 02, and Santonio Holmes, from, as he likes to say in all Buckeyes, the Ohio State University, 9 catches, 131 yards, and the game winner. And Wilson now comes into the game on 2nd down and 8. Wilson on the toss. And Wilson he's always had fumble issues, and there it is as he coughs it up, and Barry Church winds up with it. So David Wilson giving up the ball, and Tom Coughlin, and he's discussed it with him, obviously, all through training camp. They got to try to settle him down right now. Fumble problems in college. Gives it up here with Murray going out to the left. Romo flushed out of the pocket. Romo throwing on the run, wide open and making the catch. Ogletree, touchdown Cowboys.
Again, the kill when he saw the blitz, which means he's going to the alternative play.
Gets it off before the play clock expires, and then open is Ogletree. Touchdown Dallas. The second for Ogletree. Could not wrest it away. So Manning has given them a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. And here goes Bradshaw. And a good time for the running game to kick into gear. Touchdown Giants. Short drop by Romo. To the outside he goes. And it is Miles Austin for the touchdown. 2 Giants are there, makes the catch, cuts to the inside, and on a 1st and 30, the Dallas Cowboys get a 34-yard touchdown.
Here.
Waddle looking around on that defense, and the pass is with a flag thrown, pulled in for a touchdown by Bennett.
Might be offensive, though. This will be an interesting call.
The touchdown call was made. Who is the penalty on is the question. Martellus Bennett, the former Cowboy. Penalty-filled 4th quarter.
Definitely contact, maybe just illegal contact down the field.
Pass interference, 42 defense. That penalty decline, results of the play, touchdown.
That's Barry Church with a pass interference, and with 2:36, the Giants have made it a 1-possession game again.
Martellus Bennett is just a huge receiver, and there was always a belief in Dallas that if they could ever get him involved and engaged in the passing game, let's make sure he gets both feet down here. Think so. Clearly blew in between his 2 speedy inside linebackers, 2 bump and run corners on the outside. This is a different Dallas football team.
Andy Reid of the Eagles is the longest tenured head coach in the NFL, now into his 14th season here in Philadelphia. He faces off today against his former assistant, John Harbaugh, who's looking for a 5th playoff berth in his 5th season.
And there was no question, he hit Vic in the head.
1st and goal. McCall straight ahead to the end zone for the touchdown.
And I'll tell you, Michael Vick got hit again as the Ravens exploded through the line. He barely got that handoff.
This is Vontae Leach to the end zone for the touchdown. And a little bit more shoving in the end zone between Eagles and Ravens.
This is more than shoving now. There's a flag on the ground with this one. And again,
it continues.
And now Vontae Leach and Coleman are squaring off.
Flacco throwing. Touchdown to Jacoby Jones, and what a beautiful throw from Joe Flacco.
Well, beautiful is the right word. Joe Flacco knows. He's speculating on what might happen, but that was gruesome.
Dallas Reynolds, his replacement, is a first-year man out of BYU. Vick on the move. Throwing. Wide open in the end zone. Caught for a
think it's Jeremy Macklin.
Keeping it. Touchdown.
A lot of time left on the clock.
Flacco for Rice. Incomplete.
And I still think the Ravens, if they're not the #1 team in the AFC, they're in the top 2 or 3 for sure.
Drew Brees, the quarterback in his 7th season here in New Orleans, has thrown for more than 4,000 yards every year as a Saint, twice for more than 5,000, including an NFL record 5,476 yards in a superb season throwing the football last year. That is Jimmy Graham, the fine tight end. 2 TD catches on the year. Brees, throw, end zone, touchdown. Lance Moore. Second and goal from the 1. Brees, spread out, throw, touchdown to Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham lost the football on the way to...
K4, ready. You ready? Play set.
To Jed Collins for the touchdown.
Wade Phillips had that defense playing great football, and they continue to play it all season.
This is Charles, left side, running room, on his way, up the sideline. Can he outrun the defense? He is on his way and gone. No flags on the field.
Well, I mentioned how about Kansas City's got to do something, especially throwing the football. And what do? They hand the ball off on a simple little sweep to the left side. And the New Orleans defense just went to sleep. And in a foot race, Jamal Charles is going to win.
91 yards for Jamal Charles. 2nd and 12. One deep safety in the middle of the field, and Brees under pressure. Loose ball.
Oh, I hear a whistle.
And it's a safety. The ruling is a safety at the goal line. And Justin Houston was in on Brees. What a game he has had today.
Let's take a look at it. There's Houston, number 50, coming in around the corner. And the ruling is that Drew Brees was tackled in the end zone.
A 43-yard attempt from Ryan Suckup for the tie. And that's exactly what we have at 24 apiece with 3 seconds on the clock.
Okay, we're going to overtime. We'll have 1 period of 15 minutes. We'll be playing 4th quarter timing rules. Each team will get 2 timeouts. All replays will be initiated in the booth. Both teams will be given an opportunity to possess the ball unless there's a touchdown or a safety scored on the first possession. We can end in a tie. It's your call. Hedgie called. And it is a hedge. It's your option. You want the ball? Which way will you kick?
Kick this way.
Kick this direction. Kansas City will receive at this end to start overtime.
Ryan Suckup, 5 out of 5 in field goals today. This would not only win the game, it would be a new franchise record for field goals in a game.
We'll see if Aaron Kromer, the interim head coach of the Saints, is in a mood to ice him by calling a timeout right before they're ready to snap the ball.
timeout. The snap. And it's over. The Kansas City Chiefs were down 24-6 at one point in this game. They come roaring back and win it in overtime.
And they do it by posting 510 yards.
Kaepernick out of the shotgun. Kaepernick is inside the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Smith hands it off to Gore on 4th and 1, and Frank Gore is in for a 49ers touchdown. Mark Sanchez back in at quarterback on 2nd down. Sanchez to the near side. Holmes made the catch.
He was not down.
He was not touched, and it's Carlos Rogers.
Unbelievable.
And Rogers will take it all the way for a San Francisco touchdown. Now remember, a runner can declare himself down by falling to the ground or kneeling and making no effort to advance the ball. Then the play is over, but in this instance, it looks like Holmes gave the ball up due to the injury.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a touchdown.
The fullback, 1st and goal. Here is Hunter, and Kendall Hunter is in for a 49ers touchdown.
Darrelle Revis moving forward, but how will this offense be without Santonio Holmes moving forward if that is the case?
In New Orleans tonight, Drew Brees is on the threshold of history as the San Diego Chargers come to town to meet the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Phillip Rivers leads the Chargers into town. For Drew Brees tonight, he tries to throw a touchdown pass in a 48th consecutive game, which would break a 52-year-old record.
They can win football games with their offense.
And that's Brown in the backfield on 3rd down and 6. Saints blitz, they pick it up, and it is Robert Meacham for the touchdown. So Meacham comes home, then Royal gets into it with Malcolm Jenkins, and Meacham with a flag after the play, so the touchdown will count pending the review upstairs. As they do with all scoring plays, they will look at it.
I don't know how you defend against either of them.
8 in the box here, at least for the moment, for the Chargers, and then they back off. Zone blitz, Brees steps up, buys time, wide open, and there it is. Drew Brees to Devery Henderson. Drew Brees setting one of those records for the ages. Brittany Brees is there. You saw Peyton on a 3rd and 6.
Down pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Drew Brees has just set a new NFL record by throwing a touchdown pass in 48 consecutive games. He passes the great Johnny Unitas, who set the previous mark 52 years ago.
Drew Brees putting on a show out here on this record-breaking night.
After the timeout, 3rd down and 5. In the pocket again, going to the end zone, and it is Colston for the touchdown.
Did he catch that with one hand? This is just tremendous. He is going to hold the defensive back off with his left hand and catch it with one hand. Got him around the neck.
And they put a few seconds back on the clock. You saw Turner saying I called it earlier, and they put 5 more back on. And Rivers will go deep, and open again is Meacham, and Meacham is able to fend off White and take it into the end zone. So for 4 weeks, Rivers and Meacham really haven't been able to get on the same page, and tonight, as Meacham comes back to New Orleans, 2 touchdowns. That one good for 44 yards from the 13-yard line. Matthews to the outside, turns the corner, and he vaults into the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego. And he's showing you tonight why they moved way up in the draft to pick him number 1 2 years ago of the quarter.
Jimmy Graham is just a decoy at this point.
And Brees over the middle, and it's caught for the touchdown by Marcus Colston. Marcus Colston with his second touchdown catch of the night. Drew Brees has thrown his third touchdown pass of the night. 2 touchdowns. First and goal at the 5-yard line. And a little fade, and that is flags all over the place, and Colston is in for the touchdown. Kaysen with the coverage, but Colston at inside position. And a history-making night and a victory for the home team.
70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. What a perfect setting for our shootout tonight in San Diego. As Phillip Rivers and the Chargers meet 2 longtime rivals all in one. Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. Gay back in. Over the top, Manning, Thomas, touchdown. There you go, Coach.
Well, that post corner, post route, not many guys can run that. I used to run that with Jerry Rice and Tim Brown. You have to really be an outstanding pattern runner.
A lot more of them, too.
In field goal range, just at the edge of it on 3rd and 8. Rivers hit as he throws. The ball is free. Another loose ball. This one is scooped, and it may score with Tony Carter, who is free and all the way home for a game-changing score.
I told you to scoop and score. I tell you what, don't listen to me. That's why I'm out of the profession. But Elvis Dumerville just turned this game around. Jeremy Clary at right tackle. John Fox calls a blitz. He creates a one-on-one.
It will be looked at by Jeff Triplett here. He'll come over to the hood.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The defensive player hits the quarterback's hand before it starts forward, causing the fumble. It is a touchdown.
Just once, I want to hear a guy say, and I called it right live, touchdown. When you watch him, he'll be under center here. From the 7, 2nd and 3. A quick toss, it's Decker getting a block from Thomas, getting a block from Stokely, getting into the end zone for the touchdown.
Teamwork. 10 straight completions, but a quick bubble screen with 2 lead blockers. They throw it to Decker, a young receiver who has a nose for the goal line. But what a great job. This second little slot combination up top. Decker and Stokely.
Finally gets the snap away, and Manning fires. End zone shot. Stokely went up and caught it for the touchdown. What a catch! What a throw! What a comeback!
Louisiana Lightning. Second oldest receiver in the NFL. Peyton Manning's Louisiana neighbor.
2nd and 6. Rivers going left, and it's intercepted by Chris Harris, who's all the way home. What a comeback for the Broncos!
That's Eddie Royal again. These are very difficult option routes to anticipate when you're throwing it to a target that you haven't had a lot of history with.
For the Chargers, if they can't convert 4th and 16. And Dumerville closes the business. As he comes around, forces another fumble. It is recovered by Denver. Another turnover. 5 in this half by the Broncos at 24 points. It's the 3rd time. The LA Raiders came back from down 24 twice on Monday Night Football to win. Once against San Diego, once against Denver. And tonight, Peyton Manning brings Denver back from down 24 with 35 unanswered points. The AFC West.
Finley right here. This is the matchup they may be looking for. They go the other way to Jordy Nelson. He's got the grab and the touchdown. One-on-one against Bradley Fletcher, and Nelson beat him. When you could put a Jordy Nelson on one side and a Jermichael Finley on the other, size, great vertical leap, great hands, gets both feet in and control. What a weapon down in here in the red zone to have those 2 big receivers to the outside. Aaron Rodgers threw 6 touchdown passes last week. Rodgers with time. Throws it. Touchdown, the Red Cobb.
second touchdown of the season for Randall Cobb. And another touchdown pass for Aaron Rodgers, a league-leading 18. In the backfield, Jackson carrying. Still got that dash, doesn't he? Well, he's got the power to go with it. His first rushing touchdown of the season. Rodgers flagged on the play. Rams may have been offside. The deep throws. Caught by Cobb. Touchdown.
Offside. He's up number 98. Penalty decline, result of play, touchdown.
Another perfect throw by Aaron Rodgers.
This one was, oh boy, this one had Hall of Fame written all over it. I'm not trying to slam dunk him into Canton early, but his ability, watch the accuracy. First, you're going to get the jump. So right now, we saw this early in the game. What did we say? He's going to go vertical. Now it's where do I want to go with the ball? You know how hard it is for a quarterback going to the left? And watch where this ball hits. I don't mean this is a perfect hit. I mean, God, it just seems like it's not fair. There ought to be a rule against that.
That's a touchdown grab by Austin Pettis. So the Rams playing it right to the end. March down the field, and Bradford with his first touchdown pass of the game, his 7th of the season.
Just go fade route to the outside. Looks like Devon House. This is House's first game back. Looks like he just got caught a little off balance waiting for an inside route.
Seattle is 4-3. The Rams will be 3-4. And this one is over. The Packers have made it 2 in a row. Aaron Rodgers with a brilliant game, leading the way, 3 touchdown passes, and the Packers have defeated the Rams 30-20. We're back in Chicago, 49 degrees, wind at 18 miles per hour. No surprise in late October. Here in Chicago, Ron Rivera making his return, longtime member of the Bears, and he was Lovie Smith's first defensive coordinator from 2004 through 06. Bears at 5-1. They've won 4 straight and lead the NFC North. 3 wide receivers set, second down and 8 from the Carolina 13. It's Forte up the middle. Forte into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. From the Chicago 9. Newton looking, takes off, has a first down, loses the football in the end zone. Lewis Murphy at the bottom of the pile. The officials will try and sort things out.
The Bears generated 3 red zone turnovers against Detroit last week.
Looks like Carolina recovered.
This is huge at the bottom of that pile. Huge.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Cam Newton should not be jogging off the field right now. He should be jogging to Lewis Murphy and shake his hand. I cannot believe he's going off the field right now. That guy just saved this drive right here.
Here comes the ball. Helmet right on the ball.
Why is the Cam Newton jogging to Lewis Murphy to say, hey, thanks, you have my back? I mean, I'm fumbling in the end zone going in. We talked about how critical that drive was. I don't get that.
I don't either. Cutler. Zone. Helen Davis. Touchdown. Fans on their feet here in Chicago. As Newton's pass is picked up by Jennings. And Tim Jennings takes it all the way for a Bears touchdown. Adam Podlesh will place it down from the left hash.
from 41 yards away. This is for the win. Robbie Gould's kick is good.
Gates in the slot to the top. Matthews flanking Rivers in the shotgun. Again, he'll pass on first down. Far side, Gates has got it. And in for the touchdown.
Look at Gates, it's man coverage. Berry had 2 pass interferences and gave up 5 or 6 catches. Gates is too big and strong. He pushes off, breaks to the edge. Phillip Rivers puts it on time in a correct place, and now let's see if he gets the ball across, kicks down the pylon.
Out at the 13-yard line of Kansas City. Rivers throw, back shoulder, touchdown, Malcolm Floyd. yards for the score.
Heavy to the right again.
Play action, Castle, look out, safety coming, ball is out. Touchdown, San Diego, one official says.
Yeah.
It's a safety for sure. It's either 2 or 6 once they unpile the bodies. They signal touchdown for the Chargers.
And 79 Stevenson is the offender there. He got beat off the edge easily.
And when the ball comes out, he's the man to cover it.
But it was the extra tackle, number 79 Stevenson, that gets beat. Taking advantage is the 31-year-old veteran Jarrett Johnson, but he beats him off the edge.
At the 46 of the Chargers. Crossing pattern, and this one's intercepted down the sideline. Demario Williams, another touchdown, San Diego. Drone will try to carry it in, and he does. Touchdown, Kansas City. 6-yard scoring run by Sean Drone.
Can pass. Hochstein's going to get up in the hole, make the block. Drone cuts off of him. Good job.
Norv goes to his press conference. The paper won't say beleaguered coach, it'll say happy coach or smiling coach. And same with their quarterback, who was almost perfect tonight. Well, we said that one of these teams would get their 53rd win in this series that was deadlocked coming in. It's the San Diego Chargers that get win number 53 in the 106th meeting between these longtime rivals. And they win it rather easily after a couple of late defensive touchdowns. 31-13 is the final. San Diego goes to 4-4, and they're within a half game of the Denver Broncos in the AFC West.
We own this division. Make sure they remember that today. We own this division. They do all the talking. We do all the hitting. You hear me, baby?
Welcome to New Orleans. Here come the Saints. Saints hosting the Falcons will look to keep their perfect season alive. That's the blocker, number 79, Mike Johnson. On second and goal off the fake. Ryan to the end zone. Touchdown. It is Johnson who is in as the extra blocker. And the Falcons, for the 5th time this season, have scored a touchdown on their first possession. Early lead on the Giants. On second and 10, it's Chris Ivory cutting to the outside. He turns the corner. Picks up the Saints first down and more. Ivory still going. One man to beat. Fakes off Dante Robinson. He is in for a 56-yard touchdown run.
To leave 3 in your secondary.
Breeze on second and 8. It's Jimmy Graham for a Saints touchdown.
This is a nice play design. You've got that little wide receiver screen. You come out, you pump the wide receiver screen. You get your defense to react to that, to step up.
looking, he throws, and with Jenkins draped all over him, Gonzalez makes the catch for the 100th touchdown of his career. Saints with one timeout remaining. Second down and 4. As Breeze fires, it is Graham, and he is in for his second touchdown and second slam dunk today.
Running the ball is an attitude, and that's something that this team has with Joe Brick.
And now Breeze hits Colston for a Saints touchdown. Falcons empty the backfield. First and goal from the 6. Ryan throws, end zone, touchdown. It is Tony Gonzalez again.
Again, it's good coverage. I mean, this time they actually have doubled him. It's amazing. Roman Harper's on top, press coverage. Look at the way they're competing. There's Curtis Lofton coming.
4th and 1. 16 seconds remaining. Gonzalez unable to make the catch. The Saints and their fans celebrate. So do the 1972 Miami Dolphins. The Saints back in the hunt. They've won 4 of them.
First down throw by Mayo, and it was deflected and intercepted. Grabbed by Weddle. Gilchrist made the deflection, and a quick 6 for San Diego. Manning at the 13. Good block by Cady, the left tackle. Demaryius Thomas out of bounds, incomplete.
Forced him to hold it, they simply run out of real estate. Good coverage by Kaysen. And by the time the ball arrives, look, too close to the out of bounds mark. I'm not so sure. He didn't have 2 in. Look, catch there, 1, 2. He dragged that second one. You've got to take a look at that one if you're John Fox.
Now, of course, if it had been a score, they're automatically reviewed, but this was called out of bounds, so he's going to challenge.
Denver is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. We'll review the play.
Overturn the
After
play on the
review,
call.
the receiver had control of the ball with 2 feet in the end zone. It is a touchdown. Denver will not be charged with a timeout.
That is a third with the block punt by Irving from the 31-yard line of San Diego. Going down, he's got Stokely. That is a Denver touchdown. Here comes Phillips, and down goes Manning. That's a safety. Sean Phillips comes right through with his 6th sack. Ball picks up the blitz. Manning, Decker, touchdown.
When he's in the game, look at the block there. That buys extra time for Manning. He comes back to Decker after looking around. And look at Decker. Nose for the end zone, giving up the body to get it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Rivers, touchdown, Denario Alexander. On 4th and 1, Rivers. What a catch by Alexander. That is a touchdown. Carter was beaten.
Into today's game, only allowing opposing quarterbacks to complete 27% of their passes. By far the best of any quarterback in the National Football League. But when you're going up against someone as tall as Alexander and you're 5'9", very difficult to keep him out of the end zone.
Second down and 6. Here comes the rush. Dumerville. There's a fumble. Down he went. Clock continues to go. It is the 4th sack authored by the Denver Broncos, and that is all she wrote. And the Denver Broncos have won it. Manning 3 touchdown passes. They win it 30-23. Their lead now is 3 games, and they have the tiebreaker against second place San Diego.
Happy Thanksgiving, Kurt. The roof is open. The weather is absolutely ideal on the 22nd of November 2012. It is Thanksgiving in Arlington, Texas, in this matchup in the NFC East between the Washington Redskins, 4-6, and the Dallas Cowboys,
5 and 5.
From Waxahachie, Texas. Runs a 4.42 40. Where's number 11? Griffin keeps it. He's got him. Downfield. Robinson for the touchdown. No flags. And back in the Dallas area after starting for SMU. Aikman called it. RG3 threw it. Tied for the second most in the NFL. Here is Morris. That makes it 13. Touchdown number 6 for Alfred Morris. And the 1-yard touchdown after the turnover by Des Bryant. In this past April's NFL draft. Play action. Griffin over the middle. He's got Garcon. And Pierre Garcon has got room to go. Garcon, touchdown. No flags. Until now. With shoving after the play, Santana Moss was involved with Brandon Carr. Mike Jenkins was down there as well.
Well, they're still trying to win back-to-back games for the first time.
First down and goal, a shot into the end zone. The pass is caught. Touchdown, Santana Moss.
Yeah, we want to.
A 6-yard touchdown throw to Santana Moss, and I don't know how much better Robert Griffin III could be in this half with where he's placed these throws to his receivers.
That was a perfectly thrown ball, and you see that Santana...
It's still just a 3-score game, but no momentum for Dallas. Romo flushed, finds Bryant. Instant momentum, down the sideline. There are no flags. Touchdown, Dallas.
Fourth down.
And they're going to try it. Pass wide open. Rolling into the end zone is Niles Paul for the touchdown. They take a shot, but they get it to Niles Paul, the tight end, his first of the year. The aggressive Cowboy defense.
I mean, if you make them throw the ball every down without any type of running game at all, it's hard to win games.
It's 3rd down and 7. Underneath, it's Jones. And he just wanted it. Touchdown. Romo going to take it and make it for 2. Bad snap. Romo for Bryant. He's got it for the touchdown.
Good coverage by Josh Wilson, and just a great play on the ball.
Is going to do it on Thanksgiving as both teams will leave here with records of 5 and 6. And the NFC East is wide open with the Giants playing on Sunday night at home against the Green Bay Packers. And then the Redskins get a bit of a break, and they will host the Giants next weekend. Lowe's postgame show is coming up, then Live X Factor back.
Alex Smith on the right, not starting at quarterback today for the 49ers, but he is one of the captains, Darrell, and was out for the coin toss as Jim Harbaugh pumps up his starting quarterback, Colin Kaepernick. Tukuafu back in as the fullback. On 1st and goal, it's Gore, cuts to the inside, and he is in for the touchdown. He's set of downs. Off the play fake. Kaepernick in trouble from the end zone. He throws it out of bounds. The question is, did it cross the line of scrimmage? The officials get together.
I think it crossed. It went out of bounds, but I don't think it got to the line of scrimmage before it went as it crossed out of bounds. Yeah.
The flag is thrown. This will be a safety.
Quarterback was out of the pocket. The ball did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. Got a foul turn in the end zone. Safety.
Nice job. Nice job by the officiating crew here. Because Colin Kaepernick's going to make this throw. He gets it out of bounds, but it's not to the line of scrimmage yet. You can see as it goes out of bounds before he got to the line of scrimmage, before that ball got to the line of scrimmage.
And the Rams brought 7 guys on that last rush. Colin Kaepernick should have
Gun, third down and 3. Low snap. The pitch gets away from Ted Ginn Jr. And it's a touchdown. Recovered and rolling into the end zone, Janoris Jenkins.
The ruling on the field stands.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
So now it's Bradford from the 7. For the 2-point conversion, it is Kendricks. He's in. We are tied at 10.
Gentlemen, we're about to begin an overtime period of up to 15 minutes. It is a sudden death overtime unless the first team that scores kicks, well, in which case their opponent will have an opportunity to possess. Fourth quarter timing rules are in effect. Gets 2 timeouts, and all of the reviews will be initiated by the replay booth. San Francisco is a visiting team at tails. He calls heads. It is tails. St. Louis takes the ball.
From the right hash, Tucker will place it down with 30 seconds remaining in overtime. Renshaw line from 54 yards out, and his pick is gone. He's got it again.
They have the best record in the NFL. A balanced and explosive offense. Game-changing plays on defense. The 11-1 Houston Texans. Tonight, their biggest test to date. Can they beat Tom Brady in Foxborough in December on Monday Night Football? Off we go with the Monday Night Football launch, engineered by GMC. This goes down as a loss of 3. Woodhead in the game, 2nd and goal. It's Hernandez, touchdown. Aaron Hernandez saved the drive and scored the touchdown.
Well, they create so much confusion with all these formations.
First down on every one of his 4 completions, and the other one, the 5th one, was a touchdown. This is play action. It's a shot downfield for Lloyd. Got them all. Touchdown, Patriots.
Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels had an aggressive first 15 to start this game. Early downs. You better be alert for the full play action passes, and this could get ugly quick.
Brady uncovered as Hernandez, touchdown.
Talked about tempo in the pregame show. Crazy formations. Hernandez scores the first time coming out of the backfield. The second time they line him up as a split end. They can't find their coverage, and they're embarrassing the Houston Texans right now with tempo.
In a 1 of 7 stretch where he is in this 3rd quarter. Take a shot towards Stallworth. Dante brought it in. Stopped on a dive. Dante Stallworth scores. Touchdown.
How about Dante Stallworth? He just showed up this week. He was cut at the end of the preseason. 13, 14 weeks go by, and Tom Brady sends him deep against number 26, Brandon Harris, who's filling in as the nickel man because Bryce McCain got hurt last week against the Titans.
And Wilfork's been getting such a push on the defensive line tonight. They run away from him and run to Foster into the end zone for the 14th time this year.
Run left. That's what you do if you're the Texans. Run left behind Wade Smith at left guard.
The preparation drives Brady. He absolutely loves the research project that every week's challenge brings, still to this day. Danny Woodhead on the screen. Made a man miss. Made another man miss. Had the ball punched down. It's right in the hands of Lloyd for a touchdown.
Wow, that looked like a Cal Golden Bear Stanford miracle play that time. Screen pass against the blitz. The battling top Woodhead for Slam Newton in the national championship game.
Middle Ridley. A blowout in Foxborough.
They just run a wham play with the tight end again. Dante Scarnecchia. Tom Brady have taken the game right to the Houston Texans.
Great about around here. Heading to the final three. Yates on the keeper. Looks like he broke the plane. They run in to check it.
Sure will replay this.
And it's a touchdown. Will they meet again? We don't know in this season, but a complete domination by Brady and the Patriots, 42-14 over J.J. Watt and the Houston Texans, who now will ask as they pick up the pieces, what did they invest in the best, most important regular season game that they've played, and come up with their worst effort of the season. SportsCenter's coming up next. Full recap of this game and a busy day in sports.
In a light rain with a temperature at 35 degrees, we're at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts, home of the New England Patriots, who've won 7 in a row and led by Tom Brady, playing as well as ever. And ready to take on Aldon Smith, who's closing in on the all-time sack record, and the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Making his 5th start, took over for Alex Smith before the Monday Nighter against Chicago. And the pass to the end zone is caught by Randy Moss for a touchdown. So a perfect beginning as the 49ers come in. The defense creates a 3-and-out, and the offense marches down the field in 2:40 at the 34. Kaepernick hanging in the pocket. Deep downfield, and it is caught for a touchdown by Delaney Walker. The rookie Dennard covering on the play, and Walker, who turned the ball over earlier, this time the recipient. 3 turnovers for New England. First time they've done that in a game this season. And then the ball is loose again. And you've got Gore, and the 49ers turn it into a touchdown. Almost another huge blown opportunity for the 49ers, but this time their luck changes in yardage and in points. Now Kaepernick, great protection over the middle. It is caught. Michael Crabtree for the touchdown. Whoa! Who would have believed this? They get the turnover.
So much, the power, and he just gets behind that big offensive line and goes.
At the 6-yard line, here's Woodhead again, and Danny Woodhead, can he get to the goal line? Yes, he can. Touchdown. So in a night when their primary back, Ridley, has fumbled twice. Now Woodhead sets behind Brady.
Go 10. Alpha go.
And Brady will try to dive for the touchdown. And does. Tom Brady over the top, as he's done so often, so effectively, and so efficiently throughout his career, and they have turned this into a 2-possession game. 5 receivers. And Brady will throw to the left side for the touchdown. Aaron Hernandez. Tom Brady keeping his touchdown streak alive. 46 consecutive games with a touchdown pass. They go right off the bat, and they're going to run it into the end zone as Danny Woodhead takes it in. So Brady brings him right up to the line. No huddle before anybody can get set. Hands the ball off. Touchdown. And a point away from a tie game. All season, 62-yard kickoff return. Now Kaepernick from the 38-yard line. He's going to go to the air, throw a little bit low, but it is caught by Crabtree. He's inside the 20, the 10, touchdown San Francisco. Broke away from Kyle Arrington. This game is off the charts right now.
Great job by Kaepernick. He saw the cover zero. They came with the blitz, recognized it, got the ball out quickly. No safety help anywhere to be found.
A wild one, 41-34. The 49ers win it in Foxborough. The Wendy's post-game report coming up on the other side of the break.
Rodgers on the draw, right up the middle, touchdown.
Still called intentional grounding.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers throwing, end zone, touchdown.
Oh, how can you throw the ball that well?
Randall Cobb on the receiving end. His 8th TD catch of the year.
Look on the run. Look at the accuracy of that throw. And Randall Cobb, superior work. Catching the ball, possessing the ball, getting both feet down in the field.
They'd go to 9-6 with a win.
Locker, deep drop, going to throw down the far sideline, and it is intercepted at about the 22-yard line by Sam Shields.
Ball again severely underthrown, trying to get Kenny Britt, his big 6'3" receiver. But look at that, Shields is the one who's able to react back to the football before Britt does. And he bobbles the ball originally.
This is Harris, right side, 5, goal line, touchdown.
I like this kid's quickness. He makes decisive cuts, but that was tremendous recognition by Rodgers.
Quick pass, this side, complete, touchdown, Greg Jennings.
Too easy. Too easy. He just is going there immediately. He eyeballed that. And Jason McCourty coming back from the inside.
Quick pass this way, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, James Jones.
He's standing out here. By the time he reacts to the ball, he jumps to the outside, and that is a great job of stretching. When Jones' knee touches the ground, the football is across the plane.
First-year quarterback out of Texas Tech. Ryan Grant, touchdown.
Green 19, Green 19.
Ryan Grant again. Going to look for the end zone on this side, and he finds it.
Ryan Grant starting to the right side, bringing it all the way back. There's no backside. There's no backside contained whatsoever.
Packer fans want to preserve the shutout. Locker throws, touchdown.
And that time Kenny Britt, I think, just standing all by himself in the end zone.
And the Packers improve to 11-4 on the season.
And good luck to Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, and his Green Bay club.
It'll be a force to be reckoned with.
It'll be fun to see. How far they can take it.
There's a lot going on in our nation's capital this weekend, but over the next 3 hours, all attention will be focused on FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, as the Dallas Cowboys and Washington Redskins meet for the NFC East title on Sunday Night Football. Play clock down to 1. Does Romo get the snap away in time? They say yes. Tony extending the play, guns it, touchdown, Witten. So a question as to whether they even got the play off in time. The clock was at 0, no flag, and then Witten, after the play extension, makes the catch for the touchdown.
You better get a little creative the way that he has with this offense.
From the 17, Morris to the outside, inside the 10, touchdown Redskins. 17 yards for Alfred Morris and 92 in the first half. Or he can stay at home and play for the Washington Generals. First and goal. He keeps it and scores to give Washington the lead.
That play you just saw is the hardest thing that they do in this offense to stop.
In field goal range at the 33. Morris exploits a hole. There he goes. Morris to the end zone. Touchdown. Huge 3rd and 4 here. And Romo throws, and it's caught for a touchdown by Ogletree. Kevin Ogletree on a 3rd and 4 for the touchdown. And now the Cowboys will have to go for 2. Austin and Ogletree at the top and Harris on the bottom. And Tony's going to take it under center. And then throw, and it is caught by Dwayne Harris for the 2-point conversion. And opt to kick the field goal. Morris, can he get in? And he does. Touchdown. So Morris cements it. The Redskins will go to the playoffs.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Did the ball come out?
It did, and they're pointing towards the Dallas Cowboys here.
That was the indication. It's a turnover or scoring play.
Playing of the goal, prior to the ball being loose, it's a touchdown.
It's within 2 minutes. Of course, all scoring plays are going to get reviewed. No challenges or anything. This is going to be reviewed anyway. So does he get in with possession?
Yes.
He's there.
Yep.
Into the playoffs, riding a 7-game winning streak. RG3. Maybe he can solve the fiscal cliff. He's done everything else.
Send him in there.
Welcome to the Super Bowl on CBS. The Ravens, the 49ers, the first Super Bowl to be contested here in 11 years. From the 13, Flacco, end zone bound, and he's got a touchdown! And Quan Bolden! Touchdown, Baltimore! Take it to the end zone for a second time. It's a play-action fake to Rice. Flacco has Pitta for the touchdown. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Another good play call.
And Flacco heaves it down the field. Open as Jones catches his on his back. He can get up. Jones makes the shift. Jones to the end zone, and he's in for the score. What a play by Jacoby Jones.
What a call from the sideline. It's a little double move to Jacoby Jones going across the field. There's an inside safety going to double team him, but that move opens him up. And what an alert play, Jim, getting off the ground and going to the end zone. I thought he might have been touched.
Oh, he was close, but he wasn't. And later on, it was Lombardi bringing him out to the Raiders. Jim Harbaugh, that is. And there's going to be a run back from 9 deep for Jacoby Jones. And look at him go. Jones is past the 50, and he is flying inside the 20, and a kickoff return, 109 yards and a touchdown, an all-time record.
He has thrown the football awesome.
From the 31. And Kaepernick again. Zips it in there. Crabtree still on his feet and in for the touchdown. Bounced off of 2 hits. And the Niners find the end zone for the first time tonight.
Another good throw. Just powers the football in between defenders.
for the 49ers. Huge in the NFC title game.
Now you look for the quarterback run.
It's Gore running right side, and Gore has the edge and the touchdown, San Francisco.
What a block by Delaney Walker.
Yeah, Mike Iupati also. Second and 7. As Kaepernick forced outside and taken off. Inside the 10, Kaepernick's in for the touchdown. Wow, did he get there in a hurry.
There's no doubt. I think they'll go for 2 here to try to tie this game up.
And takes the safety with 4 seconds to go. Special teams coverage out of Denver with a kick return and a punt return for touchdowns by Trendon Holiday. And he booms this one. That takes the fair catch free kick out of play. And it's again to the 40. Still on his feet at the 50. And the Ravens have won it 34-31. The Super Bowl belongs to Baltimore. Owner Steve Bisciotti with his head coach.